Okay, Dreamer Plays.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be looking at the Elixir Dungeon T16, which just came out yesterday. Honestly, for the start, it took me a while, but once you have the right units for the dungeon, it's actually really okay. And this will be the team I will recommend, and I'll explain why in a bit. But of course, this is an attempt using an L pet. Hopefully, it will help more people. Yeah. So anyway, Serena is here for all the buffs you need and the heals. She gives single target skill damage increase, ignore defense efficiency increase, and a lot of course the heals as well, and also reduces cooldown for your for herself, and just provides a lot of buffs of the team. The Evan here is actually pretty key, I would say, because he actually mitigates a lot of AoE damage, which is something that you're gonna have trouble facing later on. Dylan's is here for damage increase as well as for attack down on the enemy, on the Minotaurs, and then Diana is your main damage dealer here. One thing you need to note is that whenever he uses his charging skill, which hopefully we'll see again, his charging skill is actually a 3-hit move, okay? So make sure that even though the charging is completed, you do not rush back to the front. Okay, like in this case, as you can see, attack from the side, and you can see he'll do 3 hits, and the last hit will be the one slapping on the ground. Okay, when that happens, you can move back after that happens. And then basically you'll see that I'm not taking too much damage because Dylan's does cast a debuff of 50% attack down around there on the enemy. Okay, that mitigates a lot of damage already. And then on top of that, you have Evan reducing AoE damage your entire team receives. So that's also a lot of damage gone. And you can really survive very well with these two heroes. And Serena, of course, providing the heals that you need. As you can see, this big AoE, you know, if you don't have Evan, previously I was not using Evan, but I think with Dylan's it's also fine. Dylan's is more of the key hero here, I would say. His attack down is really helpful. If you don't have Dylan's, you can use another hero with an attack down to attempt this. Okay, but both of them together, they do help to alleviate the damage by quite a substantial amount. And all you need to do is really to just avoid the crisscross attacks across the ground. And I think that's the main thing that you should be trying to do with this team, of course. Okay, especially if you do not have the buff yet, which is only obtained after you clear it. If you do not have one of these heroes, if you don't have Dylan's, I would say, previously I was trying without Dylan's. I was using Rachel, Adele, Taka, you know, all these kind of damage dealing oriented heroes. But the damage that you will take from the AoE is just huge, and they may one-shot you all the way down to 1 HP if you do have a rage. You should have a rage. Yeah, so these are some things you need to take note, that these heroes actually help to prolong your longevity. So as you saw, there was nothing much I could really explain because the damage mitigation was so good. But if you're playing this in a more manual manner, there's one alternative you can do, and that is to manually control Dylan's to apply his attack down whenever a new Minotaur comes out, if you don't have an Evan to mitigate the damage. So that ensures that you take lesser damage, and on top of that you still have the heals, and maybe you can use Rachel as a debuffer to allow you to do more damage in that shorter period of time. Okay. And over here, okay, so we have Serena. She's on skill cooldown and also on time reversal, so she's able to reduce attack and defense of the enemies, 50% chance. We have Evan here, who is kind of like a pseudo damage dealer as well. And then on defense set, my Dylan's is on skill up, okay, and also my Diana's on combo chance. And of course, try to get her crit rate as high as possible so she can do as much damage as possible. For my masteries, it's on all flanked upwards. Okay, that's just how it is in PvE. You want to do the most amount of damage in the shortest period of time. For potentials wise, my first one would be, where is he? Dylan's 2017-17. My Evan is also 2017-17. My Serena is 18-18-18. And my Diana is 2017, 17, 17. For Divinity, page 1 maxed. And then for Codex buff, I have about 6.5k attack. Codex buff is so important. Okay, so try to do your best with whatever heroes you have. Try to get their proficiency and potentials as high as possible. For my duo setup, is only on the melee one, so I try to put all whatever the best duos you have, they put them in the DPS segment. And this is actually an auto run. The only time I didn't auto, or rather the only time I touched the mouse was to change the camera angle to give you a better view. Yeah, but this is generally an auto run. This is after clearing and getting the buff. You will see that it's actually very safe, okay, in a way, other than the fact that Serena will get continuously knocked down. So as you saw, right, in this case, in the start, because Evan is not a jumper, so he will be taking the damage with Serena on the front, but you will realize that Serena, when the second Minotaur comes out, Serena is actually pushed all the way back, and then your other 3 heroes will not be taking too much damage from the attacks. The third Minotaur is when he starts doing the AoE, and again, as I mentioned, Earth Savage is a 3-hit attack, as you can see. So over here, if you're kind of paranoid still, you can just observe and see if you really need to proc the pet heal, but so far it seems fine. As you can see, only Serena gets knocked back in this case, and then because she is so knocked back so far, the following Minotaur actually rushes all the way to her, and then your other 3 heroes can hit the Minotaur from the back in that sense. As you can see here, I took the full brunt of the damage. Thankfully, I believe I've rage accessories. And then Irin, okay, I'm using Irin here for the free revive, so that kind of saves me 1 additional accessory slot. And even though, yeah, I did die here from that attack, okay, but it's fine because, you know, I still cleared it anyway. So hope this video helped, and if it did, do give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Big shout out to my channel members, Harlan, Chilling, Jude, Gonzalo, Yamaki, Maggie, Cos, Jadian for the support. Stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much and see you!